Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in my previous videos we have completed two chapters of Generative AI Leaders Certification exam. So in last few videos we have seen Generative AI unlock foundational concepts, and in that we have seen the topics like core Gen AI concepts, foundation models, and how can we build AI securely and responsibly. So in this video, we are going to see the course study guide. But whenever you are going for the exam, you just refer this study guides. It will give you a snapshot of what we have seen in this module. So let's see what's there in a study guide. Study guide contained all the topics which is covered in the previous chapter or the previous videos. It will have the some of the definitions and some of the pointers. So let's see what are the pointers which is very important for your exam. So let's go one by one. The first one is a artificial intelligence, and the second one is a machine learning. So they have given the definitions of artificial intelligence and the machine learning. What is artificial intelligence and what is a machine learning, and how to differentiate between the artificial intelligence and the machine learning. So everyone knows the building machines that can perform tasks that typically requires human intelligence, such as learning, problem solving, or a decision making, is artificial intelligence. Whereas machine learning is a subfield of AI where machine learns from the data to perform a specific task. And then there are some of the other definitions as well, like generative AI, deep learning, foundation models, and large language models. Why these definitions and phrases are important? Because whenever you got a question, you will get a scenario. In this scenario, they'll be asking what needs to be done, or what is the foundation model, or what is the LLMs, something like that. So for that, knowing these terms is very much important. So here you can see, you can remember this diagram. AI is a bigger circle. Inside that, it's a ML, which is a subset of AI, and Gen AI is a subset of ML again. And then in next chapter, we discuss about the data and what is the data and why data is important. And some of the data come from the many forms like text, then the dates, number, and the image and the sound as well. So we segregated this data into structural data, unstructured data, and then we emphasis upon the data quality. In that, we ensure that data is accurate, complete, and consistent. And most important, data is relevant. And then the data accessibility is very much important, because whenever we need to train our model, we need a data for that, and having a accessible data is very much important. So this is all we have discussed in this chapter. So you just need to remember this pointer. So structured data is something that can be organized and easy to search and often stored in a relational database. And the example of it is a employee ID or a name or some name value pairs or something like that. And unstructured data, so this data lacks predefined structure and it requires a sophisticated analysis techniques. So you can say the call center records is a kind of a unstructured data, or we can say the reviews or the comments are the unstructured data. So I remember I got a 2 to 3 questions on defining unstructured and the structured data itself. So please focus on this topic, so it will help you to segregate which is a structured data and which is. The next one is ML lifecycle. So we have seen in the ML lifecycle, we discussed about the data ingestion and the preparation, and then model training and model deployment and the model management. Expect 2 to 3 questions on this topic as well. The questions will be like at which stage the data should be defined or predefined, and you will be given the set of options and one is a correct answer. Expect some of the questions from ML lifecycle. So what is ML lifecycle? Again, we will just go in short. So we discussed about this in previous video. It's having a data ingestion and a preparation. That means we are preparing our data. If there is some of the noises in the data, we are refining this data and we are processing this raw data and cleaning this data. And then this data can be used to train the model. And the next phase is a model training. In this, we process our model and we trained our model. And once our model is trained, we will deploy this. And the model management is a managing this model throughout the process. Even though it's on the production, you have to manage the model, because as the data gets outdated, model might get outdated. So you have to make sure that you are doing all these phases in the ML lifecycle. And then we have discussed about the three preliminary learnings approach, which is supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So in this topic as well, you can expect 2 to 3 questions on distinguishing what is a supervised learning, what is a unsupervised learning, and what is a reinforcement learning. So expect questions like they will be giving you a scenario, and in that scenario they will ask you what kind of learning this is. So is it a supervised learning, or is it a unsupervised learning, or is it a reinforcement learning? Or they may ask a questions like there is a scenario, and giving this scenario, what kind of learning is most suitable? The same thing, the same question, but with a different format. These are a type of questions you can expect from this module. When we say the supervised learning, it trains the model on the labeled data to predict output for new inputs. And unsupervised learning is it is uses the unlabeled data. So you can just remember the key taglines like supervised learning is equal to labeled data and unsupervised learning is equal to unlabeled data. So whatever can be categorized into a one single entity, say for example, in the case of cats and the dogs, they are a category called animal. So animal can be the label. Remember in a way like whatever which can be categorized in one format and a label can be given to that category, it will be considered as a labeled data and it will come as a supervised learning. And for a unsupervised learning, if there is a no category available, or we can say there is a unstructured data, or natural grouping patterns are difficult to find out, and that's why there are no as such label can be formed, this can be considered as a unsupervised learning. And the third one is a reinforcement learning. In reinforcement learning, it learns from the interactions and the feedback. Expect a question from this reinforcement learning for sure. Okay, they will ask you the question if there is some interactions happen and I'm getting the feedback, so what kind of learning it is. So it's a reinforcement learning. It's learned from their interactions and their penalties and their feedbacks. The next one is responsible AI. In last video we have discussed about the responsible AI. In that we have discussed about the secure AI and the ethical AI practices. So expect 1 or 2 questions from the responsible AI aspects as well, and the security as well, because it's most important in terms of developing a AI. When we say secure AI, that means protecting your AI application from harms, and the ethical AI means ensuring your AI application don't cause any harm and are used in a ethical manner. This is a core concept of responsible AI. Expect 1 or 2 questions on this aspect as well. And then the secure AI framework, which is a safe, which is Google's own framework used to manage AI ML model risk and ensure its security. Okay. So with this, we are at the end of this video. Again, I'm saying while going for the exam, you just open this course study guide and review these topics one by one, or you can listen to this video again to get a key pointers. So guys, if you like these videos and find these videos useful, please let me know in comments so that I can create more and more such videos. Till then, stay tuned and keep learning. Goodbye.